for colonialism, and they're wondering, $100 billion, $24 billion here and there, 500 million there. Some people want to be paid back, and members of the public are wondering, why are we suffering when you have all of this vast wealth? Those are legitimate concerns.
Well, I think you're right about reparations in terms of if people want it, though, what they need to do is you always need to go back to the beginning of a supply chain. Where was the beginning of the supply chain? That was in Africa. And across the entire world, when the slavery was taking place, which was the first nation in the world that abolished slavery? The first nation in the world to abolish it. It was started by William Wilberforce, was the British. In Great Britain, they abolished slavery. 2,000 naval men died on the high seas trying to stop slavery. Why? Because the African kings were rounding up their own people. They had them on cages waiting in the beaches. No one was running into Africa to get them. And I think you're totally right. If reparations need to be paid, we need to go right back to the beginning of that supply chain and say who was rounding up their own people and having them handcuffed in cages. Absolutely. That's where they should start. And maybe, I don't know, the descendants of those families where they died in the high seas trying to stop the slavery, that those families should receive something too, I think, at the same time.
Yo, what's good, people? I know you seen that video in the beginning, right? With this Arnold Schwarzenegger looking broad talking about, oh, we gotta go back to Africa if you want reparations. That's a white supremacist right there. That's a stone cold white supremacist. The broad look like Arnold Schwarzenegger with a wig on. Now, no disrespect to Arnold, I'm just saying that's what she looked like. But we got to talk about this because I don't remember when Malcolm X got those 33 heads of state in Africa. He traveled to Africa, got 33 heads of state to go to the UN to meet up to bring the crimes against humanity charge against the United States for how they're treating the black people in America, right? Because that's what the basis of reparations really is. Crimes against humanity. Jewish people would, with what the maggot Hitler did, what the Nazis did to the Jewish people during the Holocaust, or the gruesome nastiness that they did, the amount of killing that he did, that was a crime against humanity. Everything else falls under that. The crimes against humanity. Let's make sure that is known. You know what I'm saying? Because then they're making it seem like, oh man, it's about slavery. It's about slavery. You got to go back to who had the first slaves. Everybody was a slave before. And no. It's not about slavery. It's about crimes against humanity. I'm not saying slavery is legal or okay or cool, but I'm talking about crimes against humanity, because there's never been chattel slavery. Nowhere ever, anywhere in the world has ever had chattel slavery go on. Nowhere in the world has a group of people been treated like the black people that were treated during chattel slavery. When I say treated, I mean stripped of your culture, stripped of your religion, stripped of, everything that you knew that made you you. They took that from you. The gruesomeness, man. Like the castration. There are plenty of, you could just go on Google and find plenty of pictures of African slaves with their Johnsons cut off. You know what I'm saying? Made the slaves. You know what I'm saying? They still had to go pick a bale of cotton, put it on their back, with their Johnsons cut off. Slaves with their feet cut off. The women that had to give birth hanging from a tree upside down. A lot of the nastiness that Hitler did to the Jewish people, he got from chattel slavery. You get what I'm saying? It's great now because of what it turned into, right, with sports, but boxing was really just entertainment for a filthy white maggot who wanted slavery from some young black boys by tying up one of their hands and blindfolding them and having them just swing at each other to see who gets knocked out. That's how that started wrestling. that started boxing, all of that started during slavery. All of that, you know, all of that started during slavery. So all those crimes against humanity, because that's really, would be child abuse and assault, sexual assault, the butt breaking and everything like that. That's the sexual assault, all of that. Those are crimes against humanity. You know what I'm saying? Raping a man in front of his family, and then or then raping his wife in front of the family, taking the wife from the family after you done broke the man. You know what I'm saying? Just true crimes. True crimes were committed, right? And I just want to look at this, right? Because this says that there are 5 types of reparations. 5 types. Now, let's go to the restitution part. Restitution is, like when you go to court and and you steal $500 from this person. They took you to court. Now you got to pay restitution of $500 plus the court fees. So now that's what they're going to be doing to us. Now they have to pay restitution for, now that's where it's going to get tricky, because we our list goes deep. It's not just like, don't just put, we got one, we're just paying for slavery. Like, no. You're paying for slavery. You're paying for how the WBC started, the WBO, the UFC, all that all started from slavery. You know what I'm saying? Actual competition in sports, all of that started from slavery. You're paying for that. You're paying for the creations. You're paying for all those black slaves that they were just good at picking this plant, putting this plant together, and taking care and tying up and stopping the bleeding from this slave, or stopping this slave for infection. You know what I'm saying? Stopping that. You're paying for all of that. So you're going to list all of those things. It's probably going to come up to about a couple of thousand things, a few thousand things. That's what it's going to come up to. That's what they're going to be paying restitution for. And I'm saying going to, because it's going to happen. It's got to be positive, optimistic. It's going to happen. Right now is the time. Compensation. Now, compensation, they're compensating us for what? The pain. Compensating us for the pain would be, we don't have to pay taxes anymore. Compensating us would be, we don't have to pay taxes anymore. Free health care and free education for us. When we get for us, when we go to buy a car, and we get this deal, we get automatically 77% off. When we go to apply for an apartment, we automatically get $600 off the first month's rent. Off the rent period. You know what I'm saying? That's what it would be. That's what the compensation is. Free insurance, free car insurance, free health insurance, all of that. Rehabilitation would be, how they go around gentrifying all of our neighborhoods. They gentrify it and move us out, and so they can move in. Like, no. What rehabilitation would be, with them just come making our shit look better. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. We get to stay here and live here, same price, everything. You just have to pay. You have to pay and make it better. You have to pay and make this shit better. You have to pay to make Brownsville look like San Francisco. You know what I'm saying? Now you gotta look like some real amusement park style stuff. That's what it gotta look like now. That's the rehabilitation. And now when I say look like San Francisco, I mean the layout of the city. I don't mean wooty woo. You know what I mean? So I wasn't sure about the satisfaction, because, well, basically, I said, well, satisfaction would basically mean you have to do it until we say it's okay. You have to do it. You have to say, yes, this is good now. You know what I'm saying? We have to agree to it. It can't just be like, oh, we're giving you this and you have to take it or leave it. No, we have to agree, and we have to agree to it. If we say it's not good enough, it's not good enough. You know? So that's what I'm getting from the satisfaction part of the of reparations. You know? Because they say it's 5 types of reparations, but the way it's 2024, so when we say reparations for us in this country, we mean all of this in one. Reparation means all of this. You know what I'm saying? Reparation means all of this. You know, satisfaction. I guess this is where they come in with the apology word. Like, me personally, I don't need the apology. I don't need the apology. I kind of don't want the apology, especially if it. I don't like stuff that's not sincere. So if you sincerely are not apologizing for the true crimes, you know what I'm saying? Don't apologize. Like, oh man, we had you in slaves and we hung you from trees. Oh man, I feel so bad. Like, no, I don't want that. You know, but that's probably where the apology part comes in at. But a guarantee of non-repetition, a guarantee that you won't do this again, a guarantee that this will never ever happen again. That's right there is a signature that we need. You know what I'm saying? I need you to sign on this line right here. You say you're agreeing that you will never do this again, that you will never step out of the line, that you will never overstep this line again. You know, you done made it right. We done got our 20 trillion. You know what I'm saying? You done fixed up this hood. You fixing up the hoods and everything like that out of your pocket. You know what I'm saying? Out of your pocket, not out of our taxpayer bills. No, out of your pocket, you're doing this, and so you know you have to guarantee that chattel slavery, all of that will never ever happen again. The system of slavery is completely abolished. That's why I believe the Constitution does need to be redone, because the whole 13th Amendment about slavery is abolished except for if you're in prison and everything like that. I don't even agree with that, because what are you really doing? I remember I was in Georgia. What prison is that? Where they got real life cotton fields. That got real life cotton fields outside the prison. You know what I'm saying? Got prison. You know what I'm saying? You go to prison now. You got to pick cotton. I like, so like, no. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't doing nothing with that cotton. Tell champion you making 100% hoodies, 100% cotton hoodies. People, you got to get paid by champion that goes to pick cotton. So it's like this guaranteed. This is what we mean by reparation. With that Arnold Schwarzenegger looking lady she was talking about is just her white supremacist. Her what goes into her mind and it makes it okay for her. You know, and what she thinks about reparations and everything like that. She has no idea, no real understanding. She hates black people. It's clear. You know what I'm saying? So when we say reparations, this is what we mean. You know, and I'm not trying to put it into I don't want to put it in a militant way, because when you're militant in these days, they just shoot you. they just kill you and shit, or put you in jail. You know what I'm saying? But I said not even these days. That's how they've been doing. That's how they always do. That's why all our leaders are dead. So, but we're just saying that this is what what is expected when we say reparations. We don't just mean like, oh man, we're gonna give you $1,200 checks. One time only. Like, no. That was cute. We really do appreciate that. But I'm talking about reparations. Because our reparation is going to be a stimulus to the world. It's going to be a stimulus to the world. You will see the world economy like really boom when we get paid reparations, and that's what I don't understand. Like, but it's really about them and who they're mad at. You know what I'm saying? I think that they're mad at other people more than they're mad at us. But they just have it in their mind to like always stand on top of us. So when we get paid reparations, we're going to be a stimulus to the world economy, and it will cause a lot of differences. You know what I'm saying? Because the black community is different now. This is not, in the early 2000s where everybody just want to look fly and everybody want to wear shiny jeans and get Escalades and stuff. No, I don't think that's it. You know, the young generation, they get a bad rap because of social media, but the young generation is really light years ahead of us, light years ahead of like the way of actually doing things. You know what I'm saying? They're 18-year-old millionaires right now, based off of like, oh man, I created this business off of I made off of selling lemonade, shit like that. You get what I'm saying? So that is what they're worried about. That is what they're worried about. But once we're paid reparations, we won't have to worry about any of that. We won't have to worry about getting accepted into this, getting accepted into that, we won't have to worry about any of that. People will be applying to us. That's what they don't want. They don't want that. You know, people applying to us want to get down with us. They don't want that shit at all. But when you do the right thing, if it's about doing the right thing, it's guaranteed to happen. So I'm gonna go and get out of here on this one, man. Salute, we out.